Have you ever been in an old building and felt like a certain floor was just off? I live in a place like that. It's a 20-story apartment building, vintage charm, but with one major quirk. The elevator never stops at the 7th floor. The button is there, plain as day between 6 and 8. But when you press it, nothing happens. The light doesn't even flicker. The elevator just glides right past it, like the 7th floor doesn't exist. When I first moved in, I asked the building manager about it. He just shrugged and gave me a tired smile. Just a wiring issue, he'd said. Been like that for years. We use it for storage now. It seemed plausible enough. Old buildings have their eccentricities. So, I accepted it and went on with my life, taking the elevator to my apartment on the 12th floor every day, never giving the phantom 7th floor a second thought. That all changed about 3 months ago. I was coming home late from work, exhausted. The lobby was empty, the only sound the low hum of the fluorescent lights. I got into the elevator, pressed the button for 12, and leaned against the back wall, closing my eyes. The car started its slow, familiar ascent. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, as we passed the 7th floor, I heard it. A sound faint but unmistakable. A knock. It was a single, soft asterisk thump asterisk coming from the other side of the elevator doors. I opened my eyes, my heart suddenly beating a little faster. Was I imagining things? I must have been. Just the building settling or a pipe groaning in the walls. I tried to dismiss it, but the sound was so distinct. It didn't sound like a pipe. It sounded like a knuckle rapping against a door. The next few days I was on high alert. Every time I took the elevator, I'd hold my breath as it passed the 7th floor. Silence. I started to relax, convincing myself it was just my tired mind playing tricks on me. Until it happened again. This time it wasn't one knock, it was 3. Asterisk thump, 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 asterisk clear and deliberate. This time there was no mistaking it. Someone or something was on the 7th floor and they were trying to get my attention. My curiosity started to battle with my fear. What was really on that floor? Storage or something else? The manager's story about a wiring issue suddenly felt thin. Why seal off an entire floor for that? One evening I decided to do some investigating. I took the stairs. The stairwell was dusty and rarely used. I walked down from my floor, my footsteps echoing in the concrete shaft. When I got to the landing for the 7th floor, my breath caught in my throat. The door was different. Unlike the other floors, which had standard wooden doors with apartment numbers, this one was heavy, solid steel. There was no number, no peephole, no doorknob. Just a small, grimy slot at eye level, like you'd see on a prison cell door. And running along the entire frame of the door, from top to bottom, were thick, industrial-looking welds. This floor wasn't just closed off. It was sealed, permanently. I stood there, staring at the steel door, a cold dread creeping up my spine. The building manager hadn't just lied. He'd completely misrepresented the situation. This wasn't a storage floor with a wiring issue. This was a vault, a tomb. And as I stood there, I heard it again. Not from the elevator shaft this time, but from directly behind the steel door. A faint scratching sound, like fingernails dragging slowly down metal. I backed away, my heart pounding in my chest, and practically ran down the rest of the stairs. The next day, I cornered one of the old security guards, a guy named Frank who'd worked here for decades. I figured if anyone knew the truth, it would be him. I told him about the knocking, the scratching, the sealed steel door. Frank's usually jovial face went pale. He looked around nervously, then pulled me into the small security office and closed the door. "You need to forget what you heard, kid," he whispered, his voice trembling slightly. "Forget you ever went to that stairwell. Some doors are meant to stay closed," I pressed him, telling him I couldn't just ignore it. Finally, he sighed, a deep, weary sound. "It's not storage," he said, his eyes dark. "The 7th floor hasn't been occupied for almost 50 years. There was an incident. A family lived in 7B, the Millers. One night, something happened. The details are fuzzy, locked away in old police reports. All anyone knows is that after that night, the family was gone, vanished. But they didn't really leave." He leaned closer. strange things started happening. Other tenants reported hearing voices, seeing shadows moving behind the windows of 7B. People who lived on the 6th and 8th floors moved out, terrified by the constant noises from above and below. The sounds of a family going about their day. When no family was there, laughter, crying, arguments, all coming from an empty apartment. According to Frank, the building owners tried everything. Exorcisms, cleanses, investigators, nothing worked. The activity only got worse. Finally, in a desperate attempt to contain whatever was in there, they evacuated the entire floor, tore out the apartments, and sealed it all behind that steel door. They rerouted the elevator to skip it, hoping that if they cut it off from the rest of the building, it would eventually fade away. They were wrong, Frank said, his voice barely a whisper. It didn't fade, it just got trapped. It's still in there. The whole family. They've been in that darkness for 50 years, waiting, listening, and now, he looked me dead in the eye. It knows you're listening back. A chill went through me that had nothing to do with the office air conditioning. Life in the building has changed for me. I can't take the elevator anymore. The thought of passing that floor, knowing what's on the other side, waiting for my attention, is too much. I take the stairs, all 12 flights, every single day, but even that doesn't feel safe. Last night was the worst. A voice. A little girl's voice whispering from the other side, clear as day. It said just one word. Hello? I didn't answer. I just ran. I don't know what to do. And I might have just given them a reason to try a little harder. Thanks for watching. If you've ever had a creepy experience in an old building, share it in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange stories. Stay safe out there.